Norway is leading the world in using electric cars. Last year, over 82% of new cars sold in the country were electric, and Tesla is the most popular car brand in Norway. In this video, we'll look at how Tesla became the top car brand in Norway, beating big names like Volkswagen and Skoda. We'll talk to electric car owners, government people, and business leaders to understand why Tesla is so popular in Norway and how it's helping the country switch to electric cars. So let's dive into the story of why Tesla is such a big deal in Norway and what it means for the future of cars.
We have 3 different types of electric cars, and Tesla is another level. It's much more comfortable, it's very easy to drive.
Other car I was driving, I used it to charge 3-4 times per day. Now, sometimes I used to charge 1 time with just 30 minutes of my time. So I save a lot of time with Tesla.
I know the experience with the Tesla, and I chose Tesla because my parents chose the same car before me, and I tried it out and I was skeptical because it was electric.
Tesla is the most sold car in Norway for the last couple of years, so it's a great success. They have developed the car that the customer wants, and they also did a lot for the infrastructure for charging.
Tesla is a big deal in Norway. Last year, they sold a lot of Model Y cars, over 23,000 of them, and that alone makes about $1.16 billion in revenue. That's way more than other popular car brands like Volkswagen, which had a revenue of around $387 million, and Skoda. In fact, Tesla made up about 1/5 or 20% of all the cars sold in Norway last year. And not just last year. For 3 years in a row, Tesla has been the most popular car brand in Norway. Norway is important to Tesla because it's where they show off their electric cars and prove how well they work. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, has visited Norway many times and thanked the country for supporting electric cars.
I love Norway, and I just want to thank the leaders and the people of Norway for their long-standing support of electric vehicles and sustainable energy. And I just want the people of Norway to know that, hey, you really made a difference.
Tesla got started in Norway a while ago. They began selling their Model S cars there in 2013, and people loved them. Now Tesla's Model Y is the top-selling car in Norway. People like that Tesla listens to what they want in a car and makes it happen. Tesla is making it easy for people in Norway to charge their cars. They've been building lots of places where you can charge up your Tesla.
When we started building charging stations in 2012, there were less than 10,000 electric cars in Norway, and quite a few of them were Teslas, because my first electric car was a Nissan Leaf that I bought in 2015. That one had about a 100-kilometer range, and at the same time you could get Teslas with 400-kilometer range. So a lot of people chose the Teslas for a long time because of the range, but also because they're nice cars.
They started doing this back in 2013, when they put up their first charging stations in Norway.
Tesla developed this supercharging technology, which is the most advanced charging technology in the world.
At first, they only had 6 stations, but now they have over 100. That's a lot. These charging stations are called superchargers, and they're the best ones around. They charge up your car super fast. People in Norway love these charging stations because they know they can drive anywhere with their Tesla and find a place to charge. Even people who don't own a Tesla can use these charging stations now. Tesla made it possible for other electric cars to use them too. But it's not just Tesla building charging stations. Lots of other companies are doing it too. They're putting charging stations in places like gas stations, retailers, and restaurants. This makes it convenient for people to charge their cars while they're out and about. At first, the government helped pay for these charging stations, but now private companies are doing it too. They see it as a way to attract customers to their business. These companies include Mer, Circle K, ST1, Tungbill Landing, and Fast Charge. These companies are setting up charging stations at various locations across the country. In addition to these, many fuel retailers and automotive OEMs are adding EV chargers to their stations and offering wall chargers for home use. Overall, there are lots of places in Norway where you can charge your electric car, and because of that, More and more people are choosing to buy electric cars like Teslas. It's making it easier for people to switch to electric cars and helping Norway become a leader in electric vehicles. Norway's government really likes electric cars. They've been giving people incentives to buy them for a long time. They do things like not charging taxes on electric cars and letting them park for free.
The whole parliament agreed on that there is some kind of public responsibility to push forward the green mobility. And we set a goal for 2025 that all new passenger cars should be zero emission. And when you have set a goal like that, you have to put some incentives to make it work.
They even let electric cars drive in the bus lanes. One of the big goals Norway has is to have all new cars be electric by 2025. That's not too far away. To help reach this goal, they've been spending a lot of money on electric car stuff. They've put in about 200 billion NOK, which is a lot of money to help people buy electric cars. People say that Tesla got a big boost in Norway because of these incentives. Since Tesla was one of the only electric cars you could buy at first, a lot of the money Norway spent on electric cars went to Tesla. Tesla is doing really well in Norway, and there are a few reasons why. First, Tesla makes cars that people in Norway like. They listen to what customers want and make it happen. People like that. Second, Norway's government gives incentives for people to buy electric cars. Tesla got a lot of money from these incentives, which helped them become popular in Norway. Third, Tesla built a lot of charging stations in Norway. This makes it easy for people to charge their Teslas wherever they go. People like that they don't have to worry about running out of power. Finally, Norway has a lot of clean energy from things like hydropower. This makes electric cars cheaper to run than regular cars, which use gas. Gasoline is really expensive in Norway, so electric cars end up being much cheaper to use. Because of this, more and more people in Norway are choosing electric cars over regular ones.
Why did you decide to buy a Tesla?
Because it was very cheap compared to other cars like this. It's no tax for the government.
In Norway, even if you can't afford a brand new electric car, you can still buy a used one. This is because there's a market for used electric cars there. People who want to get a cheaper electric car can buy one that someone else has already used. These used electric cars are still good and can be a great option for people who want to save money. Also in Norway, they're really good at recycling batteries from electric cars. When batteries in electric cars get old and they need to be replaced, Norway makes sure to recycle them properly. This is important because it helps protect the environment. By recycling the batteries, Norway can reuse the materials inside them and reduce waste. So in Norway, people have options for getting electric cars even if they can't afford new ones. Other countries can learn from Norway and try to do similar things to encourage more people to use electric cars and to take care of the planet. Other car companies are starting to compete with Tesla in Norway. Brands like Toyota, Volkswagen, and some Chinese companies are selling electric cars there too. They see how popular electric cars are in Norway and want to be a part of it. One Chinese company, BYD, is doing pretty well in Norway. They sold a lot of electric cars there last year. This shows that Tesla has some competition in Norway, but they're still the most popular choice for now. Even with more options available, Tesla is still the top choice for many people in Norway. They've built a strong reputation there, and their cars are known for being reliable and good quality. Tesla is facing some challenges and pressures in Norway. Some workers at Tesla want to join a union to negotiate for better rights and conditions.
Got just this one group of mechanics in Sweden who are asking Tesla to recognize their right to organize as a union. And now you have other labor unions in sympathy with their counterparts in Sweden who are saying, you know what, maybe we won't deliver Tesla models to Sweden that are scheduled for transportation there. That's the development today, that there are Norway transport workers who are saying later this month they may stop transporting Tesla models to Sweden.
This is causing some tension between Tesla and the workers. There's also pressure from Norway's government and other groups to respect workers' rights. On top of that, Norway is changing its rules for electric cars. They're starting to take away some of the benefits that electric car owners used to get, like discounts on things like parking and road tolls. This could make it less appealing for people to buy Tesla cars in the future. So, Tesla is facing some tough times in Norway, but they're working to overcome these challenges and keep their position as the top car brand in the country. They're also working to improve their relationship with workers and meet the government's demands. Looking ahead, Tesla still has a good chance of staying popular in Norway. People like their cars, and Tesla has a strong presence in the country. Plus, they're always working on new technologies and improvements for their cars, which could attract even more customers in the future. Even though there are some hurdles to overcome, Tesla is committed to staying at the top in Norway. In conclusion, Tesla's success in Norway boils down to a few key factors. They make cars that people like. Norway's government supports electric cars. There are lots of places to charge them, and they're cheaper to run than regular cars. The stage is set for continued growth in the adoption of electric cars in Norway. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on tech and business. Stay tuned for more insights and news from the world of electric vehicles and beyond.